Alright guys, so we're going to be making one of my favorite meal prep recipes. It's super quick and it's super easy. These are Korean beef bowls. So I just have my ingredients all set out here, so let's get into it. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to chop up one bunch of green onion, or they're also known as scallions depending on where you buy them. So I'm just giving these a rough chop, but I am going to leave some, I'm not going to chop them all, I'm going to leave some just so I have some to garnish at the end and make the dish look like really pretty. So now we're gonna start on the sauce for our beef. So I'm adding in the green onions into a bowl. Now I'm going to add in some garlic paste. You guys can use fresh garlic if you want to, but the paste is just easier and quicker. And I'm using about 2 teaspoons of that. The next I'm gonna go in with is some gochujang hot pepper paste. This is gonna give our dish a nice spicy flavor. If you can't find this or you don't want to buy it, you can do sriracha or you can do red pepper flakes as well. Now I have some coconut liquid aminos, and I'm gonna add in about 1/3 of a cup of that. If you can't find this or you don't want to get it, you can do low sodium soy sauce. So now I have a kiwi here, and with the kiwi you want to make sure that it's a nice and soft ripe one. I'm adding in the kiwi here because one, it's going to act as a tenderizer and make our meat nice and tender, but then it's also going to give us a naturally sweet taste, so we don't have to add like brown sugar or anything like that, or honey. We're going to get the natural sweetness. So now I'm just mashing everything up together with a fork, making sure that everything is evenly incorporated and really nice. And yeah, this is what the sauce should look like. Awesome. So now we're gonna get into cooking the beef. So I'm gonna take about 2 teaspoons of extra virgin olive oil, and I'm gonna put it into a pan and make sure that our pan is nice and hot. Awesome. So now I'm taking my ground beef and I'm using 90-10, meaning that this is 90% lean meat and then 10% fat. If you can find 97-3, that would be great. I couldn't, but yeah, 90-10 will work just fine. So now I'm just kind of separating the beef with a spatula. I'm not gonna go too harsh on it because I still kind of want to have some nice bites versus just like really ground up. So now I'm adding in my sauce directly into the pan, into the meat, and we're just gonna work it in, guys. We're gonna use our spatula to work in the sauce into the meat. Again, just kind of stabbing at it, breaking it up just a little bit, and you just let that go and let it continue to cook. And while that's cooking, I'm going to get started on my brown rice. So just cook the brown rice according to the package instructions. So now I'm going to go in and add some salt. So that's about 1 teaspoon of salt. Now I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of white pepper. If you don't have white pepper, you can definitely use black pepper. And then I'm also going to add in 1 teaspoon of umami seasoning as well. And then 1 teaspoon of ground ginger. And the seasonings here are really simple. And now we're just going to mix everything up, and look at how beautiful that looks. So delicious. And now for the finishing touch, the heat is off. I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of toasted sesame oil. This is going to add a nice, rich, deep flavor. And you don't want to use it during the cooking process because you'll burn the flavors away. So you just want to add it right when the meat is done. And now for our vegetables, I'm using sugar snap peas. And I'm using the same pan that we cooked the beef in just to keep all of those flavors. And this is really simple. I'm just going to season it with a pinch of salt, literally a pinch of salt, and some black pepper. And yeah, just cook that. I like my veggies to have a bit of a crunch, so I give them a few tosses in the pan. I'm gonna quickly cover it for maybe like 2 to 3 minutes, just so it can steam slightly. And yeah, that is it for me on the vegetables. If you like them a little softer, you could definitely cook them a little longer if you would like. And now my favorite part being done, no I'm just kidding, is the plating. So I am doing a half a cup of brown rice. This is acting as lunch. You guys know when it comes to dinner, you're just doing the 1 cup of vegetable, which I have here. So 1 cup of the sugar snap peas going on to the rice. And then I've already pre-measured out my 4 ounces of ground beef, guys. And this is such a hearty dish right here. Very filling, very filling, and you get a good amount of food. You feel great and energized afterwards. It's literally perfect. So now I'm going to make this look even more bomb by adding some sesame seeds. So I'm just going to add on some sesame seeds. This is completely optional. You don't have to do this, but I think it makes the dish look really nice. And then I'm also going to add some of those chopped onions that I had before. Excuse me, green onions that I had before. And yeah, guys, definitely enjoy this one. Super delicious. If you like the recipe, make sure you take a nice photo and tag me on Facebook or Instagram. Happy meal prepping. Everybody trapping, we get lost. He ain't focused yet, but he ain't got motion. Made a half a ticket, not promotion.